Good afternoon for everyone who is watching my video. Today I will talk about an interesting topic that everybody should know these days, that is zoonosis and vector disease by Jessica Ruiz González Valderrama. Firstly, I will start conceptualizing what is a disease. Diseases are pathologic factors caused by a virus, parasite, or ectoparasite. But in those maladies, we can separate into big sets. The first, that is the zoonosis, that is a disease produced by a vertebrate animal or contact with the fluids, with the meat, etc. And the second, the vector, is a disease produced by an invertebrate animal like mosquitoes, fleas, lices, and sandflies. It's produced by a blood meal of a mosquito or other invertebrate animal. In this exposition, I will develop both of these types of disease in medical terms, examples, responsibility, conclusion, etc. What is a vector disease? Vectors are living organisms that can transmit infection pathogens between humans or from animals to humans. Many of these vectors are blood-sucking insects like mosquitoes, fleas, lices, sandflies, etc., which ingest disease-producing microorganisms during a blood meal from an infected host and later transmit into a new host. That's the chain that they create after the pathogen has replicated. Once a vector becomes infection, they are capable of transmitting the pathogen for the rest of their life during each subsequent blood meal. Later, I will have some examples for you about vector disease. Vector-borne disease are human illnesses caused by parasites, viruses, or ectoparasites that are transmitted by vectors. Every year, there are more than 700,000 deaths from diseases such as malaria, dengue, human African trypanosomiasis, Chagas disease, yellow fever, and Japanese encephalitis, according to OMS. The responsibility. How we can respond to this? If we talk about how to respond to these types of disease, we can mention providing evidence-based guidance for controlling vectors and protecting people, and providing technical support to countries so that they can effectively manage cases. In this chart, we can see some examples of vector disease. We have here the vector, in this case is the mosquito Aedes, the type of pathogen that causes the disease, in this case virus, parasite, or ectoparasite. The disease cause, that is chikungunya, dengue, lymphatic filariasis, yellow fever, Zika. We can mention other vectors like mosquito, bugflies, culex, fleas, lices, sandflies, ticks. And we can mention other diseases caused by these vectors like malaria, lymphatic filariasis, Japanese encephalitis, West Nile fever, the plague, tungiasis, typhus, leishmaniasis, Sandley fever, tularemia, Chagas disease, and sleeping sickness. The key facts. Vector-borne disease accounts for more than 17% of all infection disease, causing more than 700,000 deaths annually. The second, dengue is the most prevalent viral infection transmitted by Aedes mosquito. More than 3.9 billion people in over 129 countries are at risk of contracting dengue. The third, other viral disease transmitted by vectors include chikungunya fever, Zika virus fever, yellow fever, and West Nile fever. What is a zoonosis disease? A zoonosis is an infection disease that has jumped from a non-human animal to humans. Zoonotic pathogens may be bacterial, viral, or parasitic, or may involve unconventional agents and can spread to humans throughout direct contact and throughout food, water, or the environment when we consume the meat or with the direct contact. Zoonoses comprise a large percentage of all newly identified infection diseases as well as many exciting ones, such as HIV that begin as a zoonosis but later mutate into human-only strains. Other zoonoses can cause recurring disease outbreaks such as Ebola virus and salmonellosis. The responsibility. The responsibility generally is from the international partners to prevent and manage zoonotic threats and the economic impacts. The people have to be capable to respect the regulation to avoid infections. Zoonosis disease examples. We have a list that is from zoonosis disease examples that I can mention: the rabies, avian influenza, Ebola virus disease, Helicobacter infection, Salmonella, bubonic plague. But why not? We can add COVID-19. Is the coronavirus disease or COVID-19 is an infection disease caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Most people infected with the virus will experience mild to moderate respiratory illness and recover without requiring special treatment. However, some will become seriously ill and require medical attention. This disease comes by the bat, from the bat, or Chiropterus family. Prevention and control. Prevention methods for zoonotic disease differ for each pathogen or change for each pathogen, but reduce the risk of outbreaks. Education campaigns can reduce the spread of zoonotic disease, promoting hand washing, mask use, antibacterial gel, etc. The conclusion. Finally, the conclusion of my exposition is that the disease could be a lot. Maybe may not be able to recognize all of them, but with this information, we should know the two big group sets that encompasses the topic of disease, prevention of them, some examples about these maladies, and careful information concerning zoonosis and vector disease. And we will have to be capable to recognize what group does this disease belong to, if it's a vectorial disease or is a zoonosis disease, and learn some examples, etc. Thanks for your attention, thanks for your time. I hope that you enjoyed the video and take care. We will see in another opportunity.